There is a lady which was married to my Uncle Darcy, and her son is now Lord Fauntleroy.
What should I call you?
Lord Dorincourt will be quite sufficient, Lady Fauntleroy.
Very well, Lord Dorincourt. May I present you the real Lord Fauntleroy?
And if she was your eldest son's wife, then her boy is Lord Fauntleroy and mine is not.
I suppose you would prefer that Cedric should not be the Earl of Dorincourt.
You know, Dawson, I've been very happy here with Grandfather and all of you. Happier than I thought it would be when I first came here.
And we've been very happy to have you. You can be sure of that. And you tell your mother I said so.
It is a magnificent thing to be the Earl of Dorincourt. I know that. But I care most that he should be what his father was, brave and just and true.
In striking contrast to his grandfather, eh?
I haven't had the pleasure of knowing his grandfather. But I know that my little boy believes it. I know that said he loves you.
Dick, come here. Gone and got it. No doubt about it. Get in here, boy.
What is it?
Look at that. In print. They've robbed our boy, and now they're going to send him packing.
Wait a minute, Mr. Hobbs. Wait a minute.
Is that all you take it?
It's all I need. Honest, Mr. Hobbs.
That's it, then. You better get going.
He'll wait first. I'm sure of it, Mr. Hobbs.
Hey! Well. We won't see this street again till everything's settled one way or the other.
That's right, Mr. Hobbs.
How far are you going, mister?
All the way to South Street Pier. Yeah.
Really? Must I share my house with this trollop? It's outrageous.
I quite agree, my lord. But I see no way round it. You know what she intends to do if you refuse.
Surely, if she makes a scandal, it will harm her own son in the long run.
She doesn't care a scrap about the boy. She means to enter society as your accepted daughter-in-law.
You've seen this.
I have, my lord.
So, I am to spend the rest of my life reading about her underwear and her household hints at breakfast.
With respect, that will be better than reading about the life she shared with the late Lord Fauntleroy.
Will nothing else satisfy her?
Nothing.
But to leave completely, where's the good in that? Where will you go? Who will you know?
Mr. Mordaunt, whom do I know here, apart from you? I'm as much a stranger to the county as I was when I arrived. No one will miss me.
The village will.
Well, and I shall miss the village.
There you are, then. What about Lord Dorincourt? Does he want you to go?
I don't expect so, no. But he won't oppose my wishes, I'm sure of that. He will know that I must do what is best for Cedric.
And why will it be best for Cedric to leave the grandfather he loves?
Oh, come now. Cedric's been received as the heir, as the future Lord Dorincourt. Would you wish him to play second fiddle to his cousin? To be pointed at as an object of curiosity? No. Far better for us to make a new life somewhere else, where Cedric's never been anything but plain Master Cedric Errol.
They say Lady Fauntleroy is to live at the castle.
Yes, she seems to have driven a harder bargain than I did.
Will you call on her?
I don't think so.
You don't care for playing second fiddle either. Where will you go?
To Lady Constantia Lorridale's at first. She's offered us a home for as long as we need one, and it would give us time to plan.
Well, I shall miss you, Mrs. Errol.
I'm glad to hear it, Mr. Mordaunt.
Can she be delayed?
Not for long, and frankly, I don't see the point. The marriage certificate is genuine. I've had it checked by experts. What good is there in antagonizing her further? Whether we like it or not, her son is now your heir.
Cedric has gone. He's at Court Lodge with his mother.
I know, my lord.
I would have liked him to have stayed, but...
In truth, if the household is to be under the control of Lady Fauntleroy, I think Cedric's better off with his mother.
You're right, of course, Havisham. Just as you've always been right about Mrs. Errol, and I have been wrong. I dare say there is some satisfaction in hearing me declare myself wrong. It has not, I think, been my usual practice in the past.
There is no satisfaction in it, my lord. None at all.
He's still here again?
He is, and making me later every minute. I have to go into the village for some things. You couldn't go down and get Peter to take over here, could you?
Never mind that. You run along. I'll give him his coat.
What if Mr. Farnsworth sees?
You let me worry about him. Off you go. I've got your coat, sir.
Oh. Thank you.
I wonder if you have a minute, sir.
A minute, yes. I haven't very long before my train.
Dawson! Dawson, up here!
There you are.
What are you doing here?
Come down now, Master Cedric. I've a letter for you. It came this morning from New York.
It's from Mr. Hobbs. What does he say? Dear Seti, yours received. The news seems bad. I write to say two things. The first is that Dick and I are looking into it, and the second is that if them Earls are too many for us, then there is a partnership in a grocery business ready for you when you need it. Yours, Silas Hobbs. Well, that's fine of Mr. Hobbs, I must say.
It is.
Only, what does he mean they're looking into it?
Never you mind, Master Cedric. There's plenty of people looking into it. We'll know soon enough if there's anything to find.
Blimey. I wonder how much this lot costs.
Perhaps you might help to carry, Thomas, instead of pondering things that do not concern you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, stop fiddling, you little brat.
They are taking your things upstairs now, your ladyship. Am I right that you've travelled without a maid?
Yeah. Pretty shocking, huh?
I was only going to say that I have appointed Sarah as your personal maid for the time being. She will carry out whatever instructions you choose to give her. Now, would you like some tea brought to you here? Or perhaps you'd like to go straight to your rooms?
Where's my father-in-law?
In the library, my lady.
Does he know I'm here?
I believe so, my lady.
There are going to be some changes around here, Mrs. Mullen. This room, for a start. What is it? The city morgue? We're going to have a little zip, Mrs. Mullen. We're going to have a little life.
As you wish, my lady.
That's right. From now on, everything's going to be just as I wish. And right now, I wish to have my tea in the library. You stay there, Darcy.
Beg pardon, my lady, but I'm not sure that his lordship wishes to be disturbed.
Oh. Well, that's too bad, isn't it? Because he's going to be. I told him to bring my tea in here.
Oh?
Yeah. I figured you and I should have a little talk.
I don't know that we have much to talk about.
Now look, Lord Dorincourt. All that la-di-da stuff may keep the peasants trembling, but it doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. I'm not impressed. So if you'll just dismount from your high horse, we can talk a little business. Just put it down here and get out. We're busy.
Very good, my lady.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And what is the business that we are to have the pleasure of discussing?
Well, you just can't turn it off, can you? Oh, well, I don't care. We're here now, and we're staying. The point is this. I don't have to get in your way as long as you don't get in mine.
Really?
Really? It's a big place you got here. Could do with a little fixing. There's plenty of room for both of us. I mean to be in London quite a bit anyway.
As you please, madam.
But first, you have to do something for me. You're going to give a party for the county to meet me.
I'm an old man. My party-giving days are over.
Yeah? Well, that's just where you're wrong. Now, don't you kid me. I know you give a party for that other little brat. So, give one for Darcy. Only this time, there'll be no hiding the heir's mother away. Nobody's going to think there's any scandal attached to me.
How could they?
Oh, yes. Ha-ha. Your wonderful British humor. You left Cedric's mother living like a hermit. I know. They tell me she wasn't even allowed inside the gates of the park. I don't know why she put up with it.
Nor do I.
Well, believe me, I won't. So let's get that straight. Now, 1 lump or 2?
This must be it.
Can I help you?
Is this right for Mr. Havisham, the attorney?
Mr. Havisham is a solicitor, yes.
Well, we want to see him. Right away. You tell him?
I assume you have no appointment.
You assume, right?
I do not know how business is conducted in the United States. Judging by the Americans we have dealt with here recently, it seems to be in a most haphazard manner. Now, if you will give me your name and address, I will see if Mr. Havisham has a spare appointment in the next week or two.
You don't seem to be hearing too good. We want to see Havisham, and we want to see him now.
I'll just see if he's busy. These gentlemen were just wondering if you could spare them a moment, Mr. Havisham.
Well, it's Mr. Hobbs, isn't it?
It is, sir.
I'll see you there, Watson.
It'd be mighty helpful if we could just talk for a while.
Yes, of course. Come in. All of you.
I thank you for your trouble, sir.
The others have moved in now, haven't they, Grandfather? I guess they'll be company for you.
No, they won't.
Won't they? Dearest said you were giving a big party for them tonight.
So I am. I'm sure we're coming.
Dearest thought it might be difficult for you, if we came.
A bit difficult for me, whatever happens. But I dare say she's right.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I had a letter from Mr. Hobbs.
Did you?
Yes. He offered me a partnership in his grocery store.
That was very handsome of him.
I guess you've changed your mind about Mr. Hobbs, haven't you, Grandfather? Him being a grocer and everything.
I've changed my mind about a lot of things.
Oh.
Do you want to go back to New York?
I wish we didn't have to go anywhere.
So do I.
I'll still think of you, Grandfather. All the time.
And I of you.
You can be sure of it, since you know how much I thought of my mother when we were apart. I expect you're glad of that now.
Yes, Cedric. Now I'm glad of it. Good evening, lady.
Good evening, Lord Durham.
Lady Mansell.
Good evening, Reverend.
Hang on a minute, where do you think you're going?
Telegram from Mrs. Mellon. Urgent.
We'll get it in round the back then and be quick about it.
No, not like that, stupid. I said a ringlet. Looks like a noose. Do it again.
Very good, my lady.
Oh, unfortunately, it's not very good. It's very bad. Now curl it some more. Only better.
Mr. Richard and Lady Mary Swanington.
Swanington? Lady Mary?
Mr. Mordaunt.
Hello, Mordaunt.
Lord and Lady Northbrook and Miss Arabella Baird.
Lady Constantia.
Here we are again, Mr. Mordaunt.
Less happier than the last time, I'm afraid.
Have you met her yet? I gather she's very different from Mrs. Errol.
I've seen her, and yes, she is very different.
Cedric and his mother are to come to me at Lauradale Hall. For a while, at least.
So I gather. They will be sorely missed here.
I'm sure.
The good they've done in so short a time. You can't know how much they've achieved.
Oh, I think I can. Everything all right, Sarah?
Honestly, Mrs. Mellon, I know it's not my place to complain, but look at this lot. All unworn, all needing re-ironing. Oh, and what I've had to put up with when I was doing her hair. I swear a saint would have thrown them tongues out of the window if there'd been one more word.
You're quite right, Sarah. It is not your place to complain. Now, if you'll excuse me, I will inform her ladyship that the guests have all arrived.
It's a telegram for you, Mum. The boy said it was urgent. Oh, I'm not in this part of the castle.
Never mind that now. Lucy, run to the stables and find Mr. Roberts. Tell him he's to meet the next London train. And hurry, girl, there isn't a moment to lose. Well, Sarah?
Come along, Darcy. All right, Thomas. I'm ready.
Lady Fauntleroy and her son, Lord Fauntleroy.
Oh, yes, I do see. Oh, dear.
Tyrants built it and peasants paid for it. Don't you forget that, boy.
I won't, Mr. Hobbs, but still.
Yes, I know. It's some pile.
You three come with me. Roberts, wait here. Someone will be out in a minute. You're to do as they tell you.
Yes, sir.
Morton.
Mr. Havisham.
Not so loud.
Mr. Havisham, you here again? Are you always the spectre at the feast? What is it now? No more bad news, I hope.
No, indeed, Lady Constantia. In fact, I need some help.
Well, out with it. What do you want?
Can you get Lord Dorincourt, Lady Fauntleroy and her son into the library?
What, now?
Yes, now.
I suppose so.
And you, Mr. Morton, you'll find a carriage waiting at the front of the castle. Go to the village and fetch Cedric and his mother.
They won't want to come. It's late. The boy will be in bed.
They must come. As soon as you get here, come straight to the library and be quick.
Heavens, how exciting you make it sound. Leave it to me.
Court Lodge. As fast as you can. What do you think?
She defies belief.
Cedric and his mother, you've seen them since all this came to light?
They're not here tonight, are they?
No, but this time that was her choice, not mine.
I'm glad to hear it. Molyneux, I wonder if I might have a word with you alone.
What about?
I thought perhaps we might go to the library for a moment.
You're being very mysterious.
I'll join you there directly.
Sansa, what are you playing at?
Off you go. My dear, I wonder if I may introduce myself. I am your late husband's aunt.
Yeah? Glad to know you. So anyway,
I'm so sorry to be a nuisance, my dear, but there are one or two things I particularly wish to discuss with you tonight. I was hoping we could snatch a moment alone.
Oh, looks like you got your wish. So what do you want to say to me?
Oh, not here, my dear. I can hardly hear myself think. Come to the library for a minute.
Well, I don't believe it's quite polite to leave our guests.
Oh, just for a moment. They won't notice we're gone.
Well, very well. But only for a minute.
And of course, we must have your darling boy.
Havisham, what's happening? What are you doing here?
If you'll just bear with me for a minute more, my lord.
Does Lady Constantia know you're here?
She does.
Might have known it. Meddlesome old biddy.
What is this? What's going on?
We really must hurry.
I cannot see why. What does it all mean? Here he is, madam.
What is it? What's happening?
Never mind that now. Come on.
Go on, Havisham. I hate a mystery. What's all this about?
This is what it's about, my lord.
Hello, Minna.
It can't be.
How have you been? Hello, Tom.
Hey, Pop.
Shut up, you little fool.
Havisham, I don't understand.
It's quite simple. This man is Ben Tipton, brother of Dick Tipton, an old friend of Cedric's. And this is his son, Tom. When Dick saw the pictures of Lady Fauntleroy and her son in an American newspaper, he got in touch with his brother.
That's right, Your Honor.
But if the Tiptons are married, when did she leave him?
When she met Lord Fauntleroy, 12 years ago.
But then, how does the boy know him?
Because she left Tom behind with his father. Then suddenly, last year, she turned up out of the blue. She'd come to collect the child. Presumably, she'd learned what prizes were at stake.
I didn't want to let her take him, Your Honor. We'd been happy. Tom, me, my brother Dick, until she showed up again, but I didn't know what to do.
When did you start to suspect her?
It was Dawson, my lord, who gave me the first clue when she told me the boy must be more than 11 years old. That meant he couldn't be your grandson, not legitimately, anyway.
Well, good for Dawson.
It's a lie. You've hated me right from the start, haven't you? And now you've come here to smear me and take away what's mine.
Come off it, Minna. The game's up. Don't make this worse than it has to be.
Am I coming home, you see now, Pop?
You sure are, boy. And this time, you're going to stay home.
Do I take it, then, that this boy is not my grandchild?
He is not.
But Havisham, I presume this person is still my daughter-in-law?
That, I'm afraid, is true, my lord. The boy is not your heir, but she is still Lady Fauntleroy.
No, she ain't. Not unless she got a divorce without telling me. She's still Mrs. Ben Tipton, that's who.
Oh, you crazy. Don't you see what you've done? You fool! Get out of my way!
Dick! Mr. Hobbs! What are you doing here?
Good to see you, boy.
Steady. Oh, Seti.
It's a great nuisance, I'm afraid, Mary, but there we are. It'll all just have to be unpacked again.
Sure, it's no nuisance at all, ma'am. I'm gladder to unpack than I was to pack.
Well, that's true, I suppose.
Oh, Dorincourt, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry for the mess, Lord Dorincourt. If you'll just give me a day or two, I'll have it straight again.
I suppose that is absolutely necessary.
Lord Dorincourt?
I was thinking that you might be persuaded to leave your possessions in their crates. My dear, I have a delicate errand to fulfill. The fact is, Celia and I have been talking, and we wondered whether you would do us the favour, no, the honour, of coming to live with us up at the castle. We're a difficult pair, I dare say, but we feel that we would go on a great deal better if you were there with us.